So I want you to picture the ultimate home theater setup.
Okay.
You've got the massive 8K OLED screen, the one that covers the whole wall, and the Dolby Atmos sound system that literally shakes your chest when there's an explosion.
Sounds perfect.
It is perfect. You spent months planning.
But then you turn it on, and instead of that amazing picture, you just get flickering. Or worse, nothing. Just a black screen.
Whoa! Okay, don't kill the dream. Why would that happen? I bought the best gear.
Because you probably skipped over the unsexy part, the veins of the whole system. We need to talk about the cable.
The cable.
Specifically, the PureLink EZH-020-DT.
A deep dive on a cable. All right, I'm intrigued. I assume this isn't the $5 one from the checkout aisle.
Not even close. This is a 20-meter HDMI cable, so about 65 feet.
Okay.
And it currently retails for $549.99.
Wait, pause. $550.
Yep.
That's painful. I mean, I could buy pretty decent 4K TV for that much. Why can't I just get a $20 copper cable online and call it a day?
And that is the big question. It really just comes down to physics. You want to push 8K resolution at 60 frames a second, right?
If I paid for an 8K TV, yeah, I want all the pixels.
Well, that requires a data rate of 48 gigabits per second.
That sounds like a lot.
It's a massive amount of information, and if you try to push that much data through a standard copper cable, especially over 65 feet, the signal just, it dies. It can't make the trip.
So it just evaporates.
It degrades badly. You get sparkling pixels, what they call artifacts, or the connection just drops out completely.
Okay.
That's why this PureLink is an active optical cable. It has tiny chips in the connectors that convert the electrical signal into pulses of light.
Like lasers.
Exactly. It shoots that data down fiber optic glass, which has pretty much zero resistance over that distance.
Huh. So it's using light instead of electricity. Does that really make a difference I can actually see? Or is this just, numbers on a spec sheet?
Oh, it's a huge difference. Because it has all that bandwidth, it supports what's called 4.4.4 chroma subsampling.
Which means what, in plain English?
Think of it like a high-res coloring book. With cheap cables, the system has to, compress the color information to save space, so text gets blurry, colors might look blotchy.
Right.
With 4.4.4, every single pixel gets its own unique color data. No compromises. You're actually seeing the image the TV was designed to show you.
So if I cheap out on the cable, I'm basically putting bicycle tires on a Ferrari.
That's a perfect analogy, and it's not just video, it supports EARC, so that rip-shaking sound you wanted gets back to your receiver completely uncompressed.
Okay, I'm starting to get it. But here's my worry with fiber.
Yeah.
It's glass, right?
Yeah.
Glass breaks. If I'm trying to pull this through a wall, am I going to snap it?
Yeah.
Or just get the big HDMI head stuck?
That is the usual nightmare for installers, yeah. But that's where the DT in the model name comes in. It stands for detachable.
Detachable? You mean you could just pop the head off?
Exactly. The bulky HDMI connector unplugs, and underneath there's a much, much slimmer connector. So you can pull that thin part through the tight conduit.
Oh, that's really smart.
Then you just snap the HDMI part back on at the other end. No snagging.
And what about the fragility? The bending?
They've engineered it with a bending radius of just 45 millimeters. It's incredibly flexible for a fiber cable. You can navigate tight corners without breaking that core.
Also saw it mentioned plug and play. Usually active cables like this need a separate power brick or a USB plug, which is just another ugly cable to manage.
Not this one. It's super efficient. It draws all the power it needs, which is tiny, like 250 milliwatts max, directly from the HDMI port itself.
No wall warts. I like that.
No wall warts.
Okay, one last thing that caught my eye. Self-detecting E-diode. Is that just marketing talk?
No, that is a lifesaver. You know that moment of panic when you plug everything in and the screen just says no signal?
The dreaded handshake failure.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Exactly. ED is how the TV and the source, introduce themselves. This cable actively manages that handshake to make sure they agree on the best resolution right away. It prevents that black screen panic.
It really sounds like this is built for people who just cannot afford for things to go wrong.
It's an infrastructure investment. That's what it is. PureLink even gives it a 3-year warranty. And whether you need 10 meters or 70 meters, and yes, they go that long, you're paying for the guarantee.
The guarantee that the signal actually gets there.
Intact.
So the $550, it's not just for a cable. It's insurance.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
It leaves me with a strange thought, though. As we push toward 8K and even beyond, are we getting to a point where the pipe, the stuff hidden in the walls, is actually more technologically complex and maybe more expensive? than the screens we're all staring at.
I think we might already be there.
Something to think about next time you're upgrading. Thanks for diving in with us.